back here, bird. He's gonna run faster because he's on his way here. Alright guys, so here at the zoo. Just want to say good morning to each and everyone as you enjoy this walk with us today in the zoo. And today also is Lenore reunion, but so Lenore reunion at Wilson Park today also guys. Nice to be with you guys today again in Connecticut. Visit the wildlife, the zoo over here. So guys, join us on this adventure today in the zoo in Connecticut. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. So please don't forget to give us a like, share, comment and subscribe guys. Hit the subscribe button guys. Alright guys. So let's continue the video and we will talk later again.
Yeah, Mystic is close to Zoo. We passed him. Can I see that?
Guys, so we have 3 turtle, 3 big turtle, right? As soon as you enter the zoo.
Wow. Gigantic. Look at that.
There's a bird somewhere. Oh, there it is. Where? Wait, what is it?
The corner, maybe he's over there.
Oh, probably in the corner over there.
They're looking over there. So let's
Mom, look, it's a bird. Come on.
Wow, those are condors.
Hey, look.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
So we have fish inside here. This is the greenhouse. Let's go in and see what I have in here. The line here. And a little garden over here. Ata aloes here. This one.
That one is nice. Oh, look at this one here.
Oh my god, look at this one.
That's beautiful.
Uy, mira este chuzote. Uy, mira. Mira este bebé.
What happened to your cactus? Mine died.
They grew.
Oh, really?
They grew into like bigger ones. Oh. How spicy? What?
I'm surprised you made it through here without getting tripped.
Some big fish in here, man. Tropical fish, guys. It really looks beautiful fish, yeah? Wow. This is beautiful fish in here, man. Alright guys, so you just go get food here to feed them, or the food container is empty. No food in there.
Oh, yeah. Two of them. That's crazy.
We have a bunch of banana here. A young bunch of banana. They planting nice banana.
Yeah, and I think these are the same. Look, you can see it. You see inside of it. Isn't that weird?
This is a little snake in here, a little black snake. Right there. Small little black snake is there. Venus fly trap also in here too. See that?
Oh, what is
So
this?
here's the fish. You see the fish better here.
I want to feed them now.
They don't have food over there. Yeah, they might live behind.
Look at the fish, guys. 5 of them here. Next one is coming here. Food container is empty. Sorry guys, we can't give you guys any food today. The container is empty. Alright guys, so that's the visit inside the greenhouse. We come on back in the greenhouse. They have a fountain here. The elephant fountain. So you want to cool long, you come here and get cool long guys. A Mexican wolf inside here. See the sign up here? So they have the Mexican wolf in here. One of them is right there. One of them is right there. And the handle up here. this sign here, Mexican wolf. I think they're all the way back. Sit right under the tree. Two of them is there. Canteen, you can get stuff to drink here. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoy this little video I'm making here at the zoo guys. Alright guys, let's go back. We're going inside the rainforest. Look, bamboo. Spider monkey. Thank you. Should I get a shot for another? Here's a bounty. Alright. Well, we're in the rainforest here. Hope you didn't get rain out. Of course.
Emerald tree boa.
Oh. Look at this guy sleeping. Time for wake up, man. Emerald tree boa. That's the name of the snake. Emerald tree boa. And he's sleeping. Come on, guys, take a wake up. Look up here, guys.
Pale face spider monkey. Another spider monkey. He's right there.
We have a gray spider monkey and a black spider monkey up there. What's the black one up there? There's a black one here. Black one is. Oh, you have a next one over there too. There's a brown one. Three of them, two of them right there.
I know it is. I can show you.
This is the house, jungle house. One. One of them inside a cage, a little cat in a cage. Let's look at the name.
It's in the darkest place. This corner.
Sloths or
What is that?
It's cute.
That's not me. That's not me.
Oh, there's a leopard. Look at his name is here. So now I know little cage is a leopard. Brazilian. From Brazil. So the one up in that cage is a leopard. Let's see what do they have here. This is a sloth, but I don't see any sloth. Oh, look up there, guys. The bird standing on 1 feet. He just drops and dropping on someone's head. Just poop on someone's head over here. Look. It's all the way back there. The sign says sloth. Saki Winky.
There's a whole bunch of stuff in there, baby. What's there, the berry? Berries right there.
Poison dart frog. We got poison dart frog in here. Yeah, look on This is poisonous fly. Poison dart fly. No picture in this one. Oh, that's not real. There's a lot of flowers here. Some is a rich here.
Vete, yo averigué there. And they're supposed to be my work machine, but they're like the most comfortable.
I think it's the chicken coop. Chicken turkey or something here.
Huh?
Barn-raised heavy condition. We have duck here, turkey under here. I have 2 duck there. So turkey under there. There's a turkey under the little house. I have 2 duck over there. You have 2 piggy over here. It's an antique mill over here. There's a rabbit right there. These do not feed, so you can't feed the rabbit. Here you have 2 cowboys over here, 2 black cow.
I was like dying. He was like,
That's how I do when I go to Jersey.
oh, Jersey. Oh my.
Some more over here. There's a bridge over here.
Come on, Mama.
That's my pool here, the duck, wild farm. Goat over here, filly, not goat. Goat on the other side is 2 filly. Look, billy goat. 4 billy goat here. See if we can get this mobile plow. Back home Guyana used to have this long time. We're shocked about it. This is a bull one, I think. Say hello to the chicken. Hello guys. Say hello to all our viewers. Chicken? Say hello to all our viewers. The viewers say good morning to you. Alright, chicken?
And my husband is Brian Bradley, and we're Skyhunters In Flight. And we are honored to be here in Connecticut's Beardsley Zoo. We have a lot of birds to get through. We want you to see them all. So let's get started and see some birds.
Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you showing up at our show. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you have a great day at the zoo overall. We live actually about 2 hours west in the Hudson Valley of New York State. And when I was very young, I was probably 5 or 6 years old. Just a little kid. My older brother had just gotten into the local university, and one day he came home and said that his teacher had brought in this falcon to the classroom. So we went over to his house, and he had all these peregrine falcons out in his backyard on display. So that was my introduction to birds of prey, and I was just fascinated by the birds, and I read and studied all I could about them. And when I was 14, I was able to take a test given by the state that allowed me to get involved in falconry, training and handling birds of prey, and actually hunting with them. So I've been doing that ever since, and Teddy and I put together the educational program you're about to see to share a little bit of what we learned. So we hope you guys enjoy it. First of all, what they are and what they do in the wild. They are called birds of prey because in the wild, all around the world, they prey upon other animals. Which means, of course, that they are hunters and predators at the top of the food chain. They catch, kill, and eat other animals to survive. Now that is one of, if not the most important job in all of nature, because predators control the health of the environment by doing two main things. Number one, they catch and eat the weak and the sick. Especially if an animal has an illness or a disease, it can spread it through the group in which it lives, the population, so to speak. The job of the predator, single out the sick. Now, they have an instinct about it, and a sick animal is going to behave a little differently than a healthy one, so they can catch that animal. And they have a pretty strong immune system, which protects them from most forms of illness. So when they eat that animal, they don't become sick. And it's powerful eyesight. They're famous for their eyesight. Their eyesight is said to be 8 to 10 times more powerful than ours, often called binocular vision, so they can spot prey far away. A good thing to remember is when you look at a bird, no matter what bird it is today, every detail about that bird helps it survive in some way. Everything in nature serves a purpose, even if we don't know what that purpose is. The first bird you're having to look at is a small owl called a burrowing owl. Now, usually the first reaction we get when we bring this little character out is, oh, how cute, a baby owl. Well, he's cute, but he's not a baby. That's a full-grown burrowing owl. That just goes to show you the variety. We're starting small and we're working our way up to the size. Called a burrowing owl because they actually live in burrows or tunnels that are dug by other animals like ground squirrels or prairie dogs. And they live out west of the Mississippi River and down into the south and southeast. Living in a burrow offers them a couple of advantages. One, it's going to be cooler under there than it is above ground in the summertime. Two, it offers them some protection from some of the bigger above ground predators. Now there's a lot of misconceptions, and you notice he keeps looking up. He's a small bird, so instinctively he feels vulnerable in the open. So he's often looking up and checking around looking for other predators. In the wild, a bigger bird of prey would make a meal out of him. And even though he's not in the wild, those instincts are powerful things, so he's always on the lookout. Another misconception about owls, by the way, is that most people think that because owls are nocturnal, that they can see in the dark. An owl cannot see in the dark. Their eyes work really well with low light or dim light. They're most active at dawn and at dusk. And at night, they need moonlight or starlight to be able to see clearly. Their eyes basically work like a really good quality camera lens or a pair of binoculars or a spotting scope. That's why some of those things are so expensive. They do a very difficult job of bringing in, gathering that light to clear up the picture and give you a sharp image, and that's what owls' eyes do. But on a pitch black, moonless and starless night, they still have to be able to locate their prey. And that's when their hearing comes into play, because their hearing is even more important than their eyesight. That's why we usually group the birds into two different groups, sound hunters and sight hunters. We're starting out with the sound hunters. They locate prey by sound. These two birds, by the way, are both barn owls. Now, barn owls are one of the most widely distributed birds of prey in the world. They're found on many different continents and many different habitats. And not all birds of prey are like that. Some birds only live in very particular areas and habitats. And they're called a barn owl because they've been known to nest and live in an old barn or a building. Now that's not a normal or a natural place for one to nest. Normally or naturally, they nest in a hole in a tree. Quite simply, they are cavity nesters. No different than if you put a little bird box up in your yard and you get a bluebird or something or other nesting in it. A cavity nester. So a big old hole in a dead tree is a nice, dark, safe place for them to lay their eggs, raise their young, and offers them protection from predators. And when you think about it, it's kind of the same concept as the burrowing owl. The burrowing owl lives in a tunnel underground for protection and advantages, and these birds live in a tunnel or a hole in a tree for the same advantages. And he's pretty curious. You can see him looking around, checking everything out. They have a very flexible neck. If he's facing me, he can put his head around and look directly at you. Most people think they can turn their head in a complete circle, but they can't. They can turn their head roughly 270 degrees out of a complete circle. That helps them when they're hunting. If they're sitting up at the top of a tree, they don't want to move around and attract a lot of attention. They want to be able to sit perfectly still and turn just their head in all directions and scan the ground as far as possible. Now a spectacled owl, so spectacles, that's another name for glasses, and if this bird happens to look in your direction, it almost looks like she's wearing a mask or a pair of goggles or glasses. So that's where the name spectacle comes from. And they are actually found from coast to coast here in the U.S. Every state has great horned owls. As a matter of fact, in our area, there are only 2 species of owl that make that hooting sound. So if you heard it, 50-50 chance it was one of those. If it wasn't a great horned owl, it was a barred owl. And there's 2 of those on display right over there in that aviary. And they're all different personalities, okay? These birds react very differently to different things. But if I tried that with that bird is a savage, and that bird would bite half my finger off if I tried that. Bad manners, too. See the way that bird's behaving? Yelling for food, flapping in your face, pulling at the glove. My wife trained that one. I trained this one, and you can see the difference. Mine is a complete professional. And you can see that each one of these birds will gradually getting larger, and that shows you larger birds can catch larger prey. The speed on these birds, the pressure that they can exert is incredible. They have feathered feet. The feathers actually act as protectors when they catch prey, and they're getting bitten and they're defending themselves. Those feathers protect their feet. And she's giving that bird some little pieces of chicken. Okay, we will occasionally reward the birds during the program. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If you learn about training animals, you will hear the term positive reinforcement. That means rewarding the positive, rewarding good behavior. I happen to believe in that theory. My wife, she has a different theory. She invented it. It's called reward everything. No matter what the bird does, it gets a piece of chicken. By the way, speaking of chicken, we cannot just go to the store and buy a piece of steak or chicken to feed the birds because meat alone is not enough. It's not nutritionally complete. It's not a balanced diet. They need whole foods, which means they need whole animals. For example, if one of these birds were to catch a mouse, swallow it down, make it disappear just like that. Get something from every part of that meal. Protein from the meat, calcium from the bones, vitamins and minerals from all the internal organs, and even the fur of that mouse serves a purpose. Whatever they can't digest, like fur and bone, becomes a little ball in their stomach called a pellet. And they'll actually cough that up the following day after a big meal, and that cleans out their stomach. So they're very efficient in everything that they do, including eating. But it is actually the largest species of owl in the world, called the European or Eurasian eagle owl. So a couple of clicks, hold up the tidbit, and out he comes. Now, nothing too fancy about that, not very fast. They don't need to be fast, remember. All they need to be is silent. If he made a lot of noise flapping around out there, the prey might hear him coming and escape underground, and that would make his job even more difficult than it already is. So to be able to fly slowly and glide on soft feathers helps them, gives them an advantage as well. And also, of course, they allow a bird to fly. Look at that, his feet were so powerful, he meant no harm, but his talons were actually stuck in the leather of the glove. The pressure, again, it's amazing. Right about now, over a 3 or 4 month period, they actually slowly lose all their feathers and they grow in a nice new fresh set of feathers every year. It's a process called molting. And if you have a dog or a cat at home, you know all about the shedding of fur. Well, molting is a bird's version. And they have to use those feathers for the rest of the year because they only molt once a year. a red-tailed hawk. Now, if you're a bird fan, or you've looked up in the sky and seen some hawks circling, you've probably seen a red tail. But the funny thing about this bird is he doesn't actually have a red tail. She doesn't actually have a red tail. In their first year, they have a brown tail. That's how I can tell that it's a young bird. But remember that molting, when that happens this summer, she's going to grow in a brand new nice red tail that the species is named after. You know, today we have it easy. You want your food, you go to the store, you buy whatever you want. But long ago, there were no stores and there were no restaurants. And if you wanted to eat meat, you had to go out and look for it on your own, and you did without. Well, birds of prey like this one and that one were man's first hunting partners. Now, I can make a lure look like anything. I can make a mouse lure or whatever lure. This is a rabbit lure, because all I'm doing is encouraging the bird to catch bigger prey, rabbits. Now, the bird knows this isn't real. I'm not trying to fool the bird, but he doesn't care whether it's real or not. What he knows, what I taught him, is that if you catch this, you get a reward, you get your meal for the day. Remember, look, a reflection of nature, natural behavior. You catch a rabbit, you get a meal. You catch my rabbit, you get a meal as well. So, what we do is, when he's flying around and follow me, I will toss this on the ground and drag it across the ground. His job is to swoop down and catch the running rabbit. And I can make it difficult. When he gets really good at it, he gets fast, I can pull it away and hide it in my bag, make him chase it over and over again until he's exhausted. He's a brave young man. That's going to be the rabbit today. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. I'll explain it real quickly. Teddy's going to take him over here. I'm going to go over here as well. And I'm going to put a reward on the lure. And then I'm going to hide the lure. I don't want the bird to see the lure right away, because we're trying to make this as realistic as possible. When we're out there hunting and I'm walking around in the woods, a rabbit could take off out from under a bush and be gone in a split second, and that bird will lose that opportunity. So we always want to teach the bird that we're a team, we're helping each other out, stay together and pay close attention. So I'm going to hide this under the fence where the bird can't see it. Bring it back here, bird. He's going to run faster because he's on his way here.
They flush out the way.
Okay, now people's first reaction is usually, what could they possibly have to do with birds of prey, and why doesn't the hawk catch the dog, and so forth and so on. So I'm just going to try to explain this as quickly and simply as I can. Raise your hand if you have a dog at home. Okay, so we all know dogs make wonderful pets and companions because of their wonderful personalities, their loving nature, they're intelligent, they're pack animals, they enjoy our company, and on and on and on. But what I think a lot of people don't know is that with all the breeds over the world, a lot of those breeds that you see today did not start out as pets. Thank you, my dear. I'm glad I didn't have to do that. So, a lot of the dogs you see today didn't start out as pets. They started out and were bred to do a job, a working dog. We made them pets because of their personalities. But they were actually bred for a different reason. And we have all kinds of working dogs today. We have dogs that work for the police and the military, seeing eye dogs for the blind, therapy dogs, and all kinds of hunting dogs. Believe it or not, these two little characters are really hard-working hunting dogs. They're a German breed called a miniature dachshund. Now they're in the hound family. If you notice, when they're running around, they're always sniffing around because they've got a very sensitive nose, an excellent nose for tracking and trailing scent. Their noses are so good, people have trained them to find lost hikers in the wilderness using pieces of clothing to give them the scent that saves people's lives. These two characters and the three others that we have at home are trained to do one thing, and they love to do it, they live to do it. That is to go out into the woods and use that nose to find and follow the scent of a rabbit. Teddy has a cute little falcon called a kestrel. Now, the American kestrel is our smallest species of falcons. Do not eat mice. They're an exception to the rule. They also eat a lot of insects. They're also cavity nesters. The best place to see them is in wide open, flat agricultural areas or meadows, and they like to sit on the power lines right alongside the road and stare down into the grass waiting for food to appear. Now, a couple of quick little notes on this bird. The markings. beautiful little bird with colorful markings. And some of the markings help the bird survive. They serve a purpose. The black stripes on the side of his face reflect the sun off of his face on a bright sunny day so he can see better. Obviously, we get to wear sunglasses. Well, you might see a baseball player, football player, put that black stuff under their eyes. Same concept, we're imitating nature. On the back of his head, he's got two spots with a stripe that runs down the middle. That represents a face painted on the back of his head, two eyes and a beak. He wants you to think he's got eyes in the back of his head. That's a defense to keep a predator from sneaking up from behind. Now, getting back to the bird, very, very fast. Everything's about speed. The second reason that this bird is famous is because it's the fastest living animal in the world, by far. They do experiments with diving peregrines from high above. Now, believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy, but there are peregrines above us right now that you can't see. They are up there hunting from above. They go thousands of feet up, 3, 5, 10,000 feet, it doesn't matter. They disappear from sight. With their eyesight, they can still see for miles below in all directions. And what they do is they wait for a bird to appear below. When that bird flies out over the treetops, it doesn't know that the falcon is waiting high above. And that falcon just folds its wings, comes down in a high-speed dive called a swoop to catch that bird out of the air. They've been clocked on radar at speeds of over 240 miles an hour in a dive. So they're amazing. Long pointed wings, everything about them is compact and small and efficient and built for speed. Just like anything else that's built for speed. Think about a sports car. You know, a Ferrari looks a lot different than your average car going down the highway. Same thing with speedboats, planes. These are the fighter planes. These are the top guns of the bird world. The bird that Teddy is holding is a bird we're going to fly in a moment. That's a bird called a gerfalcon. It's an Arctic species. Thumbs up, take off the hood. His name is Daredevil, by the way. On three. 1, 2, 3. Daredevil. Jiggle it a little bit. He's like, who's holding the lure? That is not Dad. What is he doing? This is an experiment, by the way. I've never done this before. Holy cow, I'm not kidding. See? He was afraid. He didn't know who you were. So what we're going to do is we're going to teach him a lesson. We're teaching him that there's nothing to fear. Hold that lure out and jiggle it a little bit. Jiggle a little bit. Daredevil. Up, up. Let it go. There you go. Good job. See, all it took was a little confidence of me being here and not me actually calling his name, and he went right for the lure. So now that he caught it, he's eating his reward on it. Hey, let's thank my assistant, by the way. Great job. He's going to eat his reward on the lure, and then I'm going to offer him another one on the glove, just like we did with the hawk, and he's going to hop up and finish his meal on the glove. There we go. Hey, everybody, I want to thank you very much for coming out. I hope you all enjoyed the birds. Thank you for coming and supporting Beardsley Zoo. We hope to see you again. I'm going to take this guy in, let him finish his dinner. My wife will be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you and hope to see you again soon.
Guys, hope you guys like that piece of show. You see there with the bird and the owl and things like that. It's a nice little show they have there. Hope you guys enjoy the little show there. Continue the video adventure again here. This is Amur tiger. Sleep. Eagle crane fox. There's an eagle there. There's an eagle standing in a tree over there. Leopard in here. Amur leopard.
E-N-E-S.
Last kind of turtle. Batman!
Okay, baby, she said her stomach got hurt. Come on, let's go to the bathroom.
That thing is ginormous.
I wouldn't be here if you told me, baby.
That's fine. Okay, let's run.
Let's go to the path.
Big cat.
Hold it right there.
Let's run. Dada. Dada. That jackal? No, but.
Guys, so this park is closing 4 o'clock, so we have an hour more in here. Now it's 3 o'clock. So it's bison, red panda, red dog. So this is a trail for going there to see the rest animal here.
Let's go find the froggies.
We also have the white crane. I don't see any. Until over there, let's see if we can.
I don't know, but that's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, you didn't digest them.
he's right there. Relax on a tree all the way back. Family red panda. Let's see if we can find a red panda. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where is he? Hiding? Maybe over here.
Excuse me, you have to the panda. These are red pandas. It's called a red panda. You see it? Look at there. You see it? It's walking right there. Red panda. $5. Is that a regular panda bear? No, that's a red panda.
That's so pretty.
He can't stop. You're right.
Down.
No, you can see him just fine right there.
Alright guys, so that was the red panda we saw inside there. Let's see if we can find the bison back here. Time for the bison. So we gotta go around here and we gotta take a look at the bison. I know a lot of people eat this animal. I don't eat this animal. You gotta save life. Don't eat too much of meat. I want to stop eating too much of meat. I eat less meat, eat more vegetable. Here's the 2 bison. And there's a goat, oh, there's a deer all the way back there. There's a deer all the way back there.
It's their fur. They probably rub up against the fence to like themselves, and then that's their.
And look at that.
Yeah, it's not an animal. That's exactly what they do.
You have an owl in here. He's looking at me too. There is owl here.
down.
This one is the deer den. Is the next one up there.
I'm gonna go up.
I'm not small like that.
Hey, you can fit in there. Alex, you can go this way to me, Nana. Go here,
It's a little here. Actually, you can get through this tunnel.
Find a tunnel. Go up into.
We're gonna go see. Oh, look at the baby. Guys, look. Look at them.
And they make a lot of hole there. See all the hole? That's there to make the hole. There's a hole in here. You could go through in a hole and come up in this glass.
Get off that like that.
All these kids can fit in there. Well, the guy fit in. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoying this video with us at the zoo. Hope you guys have fun with us. Alright, if you never came here, hope you enjoy this video. Sit back and take a look. Bear habitat. So we got some wild boar over here. That's one of them over there. One more over here. Big red wolf all the way back. This is all the name up here, the people who work with the animal. The whole wall is the same thing. Over here too is the same thing. The lion, the king of the jungle. Here he is. Okay, so I have a merry-go-round. All these extra horses. Alright guys, so you're almost finishing the park here now because it closes at 4. If we have like 20 minutes more in here, we gotta get out because it closes at 4 o'clock. So you go out, get something to eat, then we can head back to New York. So it's from New York, from Queens where we drive, a little over an hour drive from Queens to here. But it's a very nice zoo, especially for kids, really nice for kids. A lot of kids fun here. Alright guys, so we'll continue the video. So guys, this is the entrance. We're heading out back out from the zoo.